What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I have EGLD MultiversX up on the screen, and I don't know why, but every time I see this ticker, I think of PIMP by 50 Cent. It's a motherfucking EGLD. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, here we are. I don't own any. This was a request from my Quantum Circle group. Taking a look, let's pick out some alt-season targets here. So the first thing I want to point out is going back to that last high, the 2021, the 2021 high there. This thing is down at the low about 99%. So in 2021, the coins from 2017 that were down this much did not go set new highs, right? It's different being down 99% over 5 years than it is over a year, over 6 months or whatever. So EGLD, I'm not seeing new highs here in the future for EGLD, but I am seeing some serious price appreciation. So let's go ahead and get into that now. First thing I want to do is draw a fib range over this entire thing from that high in October to this current low. So we do have what appears to be a 5-3-5 zigzag. Very close. The C wave right now is technically a little bit shorter than the A wave. I looked it up just to make sure, and with how close these are, it is acceptable for this to be slightly lower. So if this trickles down a little bit further, it wouldn't surprise me. But we're here for the macro right now. So if it does trickle down, that's where I would be dollar cost averaging, because what we have coming next is going to be the fun part. So looking at this full extension showing you all the way up here at almost $2,300, that would be insane with this thing being $6 right now, right? That is a 383x, 384x or something like that. So in no way, shape, or form is that going to be at any target for me whatsoever. Now, we did have this in an alt season, 2021, right? The 2021 alt season, well, that thing went up about an 11x on that wave, went up about a 10x on that wave, right? Right now across the board, we're looking at like 10 to 20x on a lot of alts. There are some outliers, but we want to keep those numbers in mind here as we're kind of digging into EGLD, because everything that we're doing, guys, by no way, shape, or form are these targets 100% or they're going to happen or whatever, right? We're trying to find the highest probability plays, and then we adjust accordingly. So what we want to do now is take a fib range from this high of 2025, that last local top that we're doing with a lot of alts, bring it down, and we want to look for confluence. So sure enough, full extensions of that, where does it get us? It gets us up into the 382 of this broader macro, right? This whole range right here between like 195 and 230, and then the 209 is at that 308. So here's what I'll say about that is 200 is a nice round number, right? And so a lot of people are going to be exiting around 200. That's where I'm going to go ahead and put my primary target up here, right at like that 200 level, right about there. Make that guy green. That's going to be my primary target for this thing, okay? And so from where we're at right now, that is a 32x. So from these levels, guys, you don't need new all-time highs. You don't. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably buying back here. You're watching this video and you're pissed right now. But to be completely honest, we got to be safe, right? So that's going to be my primary target up there, right around $200. Again, could be some throw over up to like 230. So I'm going to put on the thing, I'll put 200 to 230 just because that is, still a little bit of a range right here. We'll do that. We'll make that guy green. Beauty. All right, the other thing we can do too is say we end up exceeding these extensions, which is always a possibility. But again, 32x is pretty tall order. Let's grab this drawdown here from this B to C wave. Well, look, that B to C wave has its 2618 exactly at this 200 level too. That also has confluence up there at 275 and closer to the 320, 335 area. So for me, I don't see this thing. I'll give it right there, that 335. That's going to be my secondary target for EGLD. And even then, that's nutty, a 53x from where we're at. What's the market cap on this thing? 173 million. Not huge, but not tiny either. So, I mean, let's talk about this primary target. You go a 33x, I mean, you're over a few billion on the market cap, over 3 billion on the market cap, right? So that is doable. That is doable. But still a pretty tall order right now. And then this blow off here that we're talking about, it's like a 56x. So if I was just looking for more conservative targets, you don't want a round trip. Say you got in some really good prices here. Well, then what I would be doing is I would be looking at this range right here. And I see that that kind of brings me up to this B wave high, which would be make sense for an area for this thing to stop out. Would be right up here. We'll give that like the $75 range, and that's going to be my conservative target for this thing. So from where we're at right now, even guys, 75 bucks, that's a 12x, 13x. That puts us right in that 10 to 20x range. These other ones a little bit higher. So what I'm saying is conservatively, we're going to go with the $75 level. Primary, we're going to go out there 200 and blow off 335. So what this would be doing then on the higher time frame is you have the 5 waves up, and then what you end up getting is an A, B, C back down, right? Comes up into the danger zone, rolls back over. This coincides with the Great Depression recession, which I do believe is around the corner. And we talk about a lot of the macro environment and everything going on there over in my Quantum Circle group. So go check that out. Real-time trades, access to my portfolio, 2 macro videos a day, a Discord, teach you how to do TA. Link to that, like I said, in my bio. If not, thank you so much for being here. If you guys could follow, like, repost, want to get this out to as many people as I can before it's too late. Hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.